Curtain up, silver glow, shadows on the wall. Six strings scream, but the dial falls. Big dreams framed in a flickering light. Play on the stage, just not this fight. Movies that rock, turn it up tonight. Neon dreams in a Hollywood fight. When the credits roll and the myth gets mocked, we lean in close. Movies that rock.
Rumble went to hell on us. It says that I bet you I forgot to put in the damn codes for Rumble. I bet you that's what ended up happening. So those who are watching on YouTube, you got the first 15 minutes over here on YouTube. You're gonna have to go to the EVMux player, and we will put that link in the chat for you guys and all that good stuff. My deepest apologies on that. But we got Live Ween with us over here. We got the cat over there hanging out by the Ween sign. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
And we got Jake Hudson with us.
What's going on, guys? By the way, I need some money. Fuck off. You're blocked.
Locked and shared. Fuck you,
Yeah,
you're
that's-
blocked now.
Hey, Jib, on that EVMux player, it's showing double feature Sunday matinee. Is it separate links?
It should be saying that. Let me go and find out if I really screwed something up over here. Nope.
I must have
It's,
the wrong one.
You must have the old one. I will
Yeah.
send you the new one right now,
That's
as a
cool.
matter of
That way
fact.
I can say hello to the people in the chat. You know, I like to do that.
Can Jake stop
Absolutely.
playing Bust in front of me, please? Thanks.
Which word?
Bust. It's distracting. I don't want to get all boned up,
is.
you know?
I'm just loving that forehead. Look at that thing. You could land a fucking Cessna on that thing.
You can land a Hercules on that deal.
Now, the thing that I want to tell the people over on YouTube over there, this link that I'm putting in the chat over here, that you guys can go and watch with us. This over here, you don't have to sign up for anything. You can get in the chat just by making a name. That's it. There's no ads. There's none of that stuff. It's something that we pay for over here to make it easier on you guys. So go and check that out. We got the Blue Rose in the house saying good evening. Great to see you, Blue Rose.
Oh, hi, boy.
Did you hear about Melissa Reese not being in the new Guns N' Roses tour? Yes, I did. I heard that Melissa Reese has some personal issues going on. Maybe health. I don't know. I'm waiting on more information on that, but I will be reporting on that tomorrow on Rock Talk Live. So, yeah. You know, in all honesty, I got to say, I don't think Melissa Reese was really needed on that tour.
I heard Melissa Etheridge is replacing her.
I don't think so. I don't think
No,
so. I think
I saw Axel Singh come to my window just before I joined here.
yeah, I don't believe so. Yeah, let's see.
It's out of his range, too.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't think you know when you think of Melissa Reese, you got the really cute skinny chick with the purple hair, and then you got Melissa Etheridge with the purple and gray hair over there.
Do you,
I don't
think Melissa Etheridge and Joan Jett ever turned themselves around on each other? I don't know why I thought of that.
Were they both at Lilith Fair? I heard that was just like one big lesbian orgy. From what
Well, Joan Jett is as dyke as they come, and she used to run around with Miley Cyrus. I wonder if she was almost grooming her, because she was pretty fucking young when they were wrapped around. I mean, they were stapled asshole to asshole about 10 years ago. And then Melissa Etheridge, you throw that, man, that's one big fur pie fucking mess.
Yeah, and that is definitely possible. Now, the thing is, I see Spawn going and putting a chat in here. Spawn, you can ask this question on here. Yeah.
Well, I thought Blue Rose is always a good one. He always appreciates my banter, and I respect him back. So I thought maybe I'd see if he noticed that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
goodness.
John, he was still, I mean, he'd had his hair cut by 97, but he was still a, upper 30s stud A-lister Demi. She wasn't, grooming Ashton Kutcher at that point quite yet. Couple years
No.
away. I thought maybe there would be magic on set.
Well, I think she was still married to Bruce Willis until 2000 or 2001, I believe.
I thought it was
So-
like 99 that Ashton Kutcher got involved, but it could have been. It was around the turn of the millennium. I mean, just today, because I was telling my wife we were doing this movie, and she said Demi Moore came out after the fact, like 25 years later, and said that Ashton Kutcher like tried to pressure her into like sex, like group sex and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was the one rocking the cradle. He was a 21-year-old dude, probably wanted to fuck everything that walked. What did she expect? She was past her prime by then. Now she's in her 60s with nothing, and of course now it's a problem.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One of the things I'm gonna do, guys, just so that we get the Rumble people, is what I'm gonna do is at the 15-minute mark, I'm gonna go and restart the stream and hook up the Rumble and all that good stuff. So, because I feel like we may be losing a lot of people if we don't have the Rumble going. So
All right, do we have
when-
to go out
when
and
we-
come back in?
Nope. You guys stay here. But we're gonna dump YouTube in about 8 minutes. And the thing I'm gonna tell the YouTube people, the link I put in the chat over here, make sure to go and click on that, because again, you get into that chat, don't have to sign up for anything and all that stuff. So, make a point to go and do that. But yeah, the movie we got tonight is Destination Anywhere. It is kind of a half movie. I don't know if this necessarily qualifies as a short film. You guys know a little bit
I would
more about
think
movies
so.
and all that stuff than I do.
45 minutes is a short film.
Yeah, it's okay. It's 45 minutes. Yeah, so I guess that is a short film, as Spawn's saying here. And I gotta say, during this time, I was a big Bon Jovi fan. I had the album Destination Anywhere. Loved the song Queen of New Orleans. Jamie, Don't You Take Your Love to Town. Every Word Was a Piece of My Heart. And as well as August
Be
7th,
another piece of my
415.
ass.
No, you're thinking of Joni Mitchell, sir.
Well, that was Tanya Tucker, I think. Be
Midnight
another
to
piece of
Chelsea.
my
That
ass.
was another.
Oh, yeah,
I think that might have been an airplay single only. Midnight in Chelsea.
Yep. Midnight in Chelsea. I didn't care for that one. It's Midnight in Chelsea. Sha-la-la-la-la.
Well, he
I was like,
plays
I
it.
remember that song. It was like,
That
"Yeah, it was
entire-
midnight in Chelsea, midnight in Chelsea. It was midnight in Chelsea, and I was getting barbecue because we were in Tennessee. It was midnight in Chelsea, midnight in Chelsea. And when I took my pants off, I noticed I'm really small in the PP.
That entire album is like the first time that his register really changes. Like he doesn't sound like he did in the early
Yeah.
90s, late 80s. There's a lot of female backing vocals on it. There's just a little bit more of a departure. And he probably felt like he had that flexibility as a solo album, because the first one was Blaze of Glory. He's under,
Yep.
that's a big motion picture. That was probably a lot more rigid that he worked under. And now this is a short film. It's a small cast, smaller budget. He probably felt like he had a lot more flexibility. He did the whole fucking soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that it wasn't a soundtrack for a movie. The movie kind of came
Right, it was
about
an
as an
album.
accompaniment. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was one of those deals. And I got to say, it's very interesting because around the same time, Richie Sambora ended up putting out my favorite album that he did, which was Undiscovered Soul, which is an incredible Americana blues album. And I got to say, it's one of those things that I was like, I kind of like Richie a little bit better than John. It's weird. I love both albums, but I sit there and say, when you look at the songwriting aspect,
Listen, at the end of the
That's-
day, Richie is a better songwriter, Richie
Yeah.
is a better player, and Richie is a better singer. And that's no knock to John at all. He's
No.
a fucking prolific iconic legend, but Richie just sounds better. He's a wizard. He plays that fucking, I don't even know what you call that, double stacked guitar. I mean, you wouldn't see John doing that, and he just, the things that he has written has been probably just a little more tasteful than John's if I had to set them side by side. And think about it, Richie Sambora would have had more fucking turbulence going on in his life in the late 90s than he did at any point.
Yeah, it's one of those instances when it comes to the songwriting aspect. You really start to see the songwriting, I think, personally, kind of go downhill when Sam Bora left.
In 2013.
Yeah, I really started to see that. And it's one of those instances where it's like they're not great on their own. They're still really good, but not great on their own. But when you put them together, it's like these two ingredients that gel that are into perfection.
Perfect storm. It's unison,
Yeah.
perfect storm. Yep.
Much in the same way of the writing prowess of Izzy Stradlin, for instance. When he was co-writing Guns N' Roses stuff, the stuff from Chinese Democracy is great. But you know what? Richie was that songwriting secret sauce, or Izzy was. He was that songwriting secret sauce with Guns N' Roses. So, yeah.
Well, they were able to fire Alex John Such and move on without any kind of notice. But you get rid of, or not get rid of, but you lose
Yeah.
Richie Sambora. You're not going to band-aid that up.
No.
And Phil X is awesome, but I'm sorry, he's
He
not
is.
Richie Sambora. I mean, it's
No.
not fair. It's an unfair comparison, and you can't fill those shoes. And he does a great job, but it's not the same.
He does. He does, and he's such a cool guy. I got to meet him once at a guitar
Oh, really?
at a guitar
That's
convention.
cool.
Yeah, really, really nice guy and a hell of a player. But the problem is he doesn't have the voice that Richie has. That was, it's kind of a staple of anything Bon Jovi. But also, he doesn't have the songwriting ability. But however, anybody that needs a guitarist, he's going to come in there and just, fill the role amazingly with somebody else's material.
And it's once you have the name like CC DeVille, Richie Sambora, it catches people's attention. You can be even a better player than those guys, but you have to have that household name legacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Phil X can play as well as, he can stand beside anyone and play, but he's not the name that Richie Sambora is, and that's the kind of thing that gravitates towards sales.
Yeah. But have you guys heard of this movie, by the way, before?
I've heard
Went
of
on
it,
the
but
wheel
I've
and
never
all
seen
that?
it.
By the way,
Yeah.
by the way, no, I haven't. No, Jib's awesome. I would never hate you, Jib.
Jeb, I'm just gonna block you next week and hate your guts anyway.
Well, here's the things. I had to do a little bit of research on this because I wanted to kind of be, give you guys a little bit of information without me seeing it myself and kind of ruining some of it. From what I'm reading, this movie is extremely 90s in the way that it's shot. It's shot on film, but also they say it's a bit of an acid trip in places. That it's not very cohesive and all that stuff. I don't know. He said it's part music video, part movie is kind of the best way to describe it, is what I'm saying.
Well, I would expect nothing less than John to shoehorn as many tracks off that album as he could in 45 minutes. It's probably 30 minutes of songs.
Well, from what I understand, there's 3 that are really highlighted in the movie. That's
that are
what I understand.
prominently displayed.
Yeah. So it's not, he's really, and this was the time where John was really being looked at as not only as a singer, songwriter, the frontman of Bon Jovi, he was also being looked at as an actor because at this time he was
in
starring
a
in
lot of
movies
shit.
like, he ended up getting his start in Moonlight and Valentino. People are saying he's got something there. Then he ended up doing, which is one of my favorite movies, Pay It Forward. He was in that. He played the abusive husband, and he was also in UB 571, the submarine movie.
He was also in Cry Wolf, The Leading Man, Moonlight and Valentino, and quite a few shows like Sex and the City, Alec McBeal, The West Wing. Yeah, he was everywhere around this time.
UB40 was the name of that show.
Oh goodness. Okay, guys, we are ditching Rumble or ditching ditching YouTube.
Fuck
we gotta
you,
go to
YouTube.
we got to go to Rumble and also the EVMux player. So what I want you guys to do is go and click on this link if you're in the YouTube there. And this right here, you don't have to sign up for anything, we pay for this to make it easy for you. All you got to do is go in there and choose a name. It's going to cut out for a minute because what I got to do is I did not put in the codes for that of Rumble. So I'm going to go and do that right now. We'll be right back here in just a moment, but not on YouTube.